What was my first thought about joining a small group? I didn't think we really needed to at first. I thought, where are we going to find the time for that? We have life and, Wednesday at church and Sunday at church, and then where are we going to come up with the time for the other?
Just with raising a son, it's always hard because you're chasing life not only as yourself as an adult, but you're also wanting to have your child be involved as much as possible. We were excited to do it because we wanted to dig further into our church and be more active in our church. But at the same time, I think there's a little anxiety not knowing if it was all going to work out or not.
Has being part of a small group been different than what we expected? I think so. I think we got way more out of it than I ever thought we would have. I think we really gained some friendships and good conversation, with the other people there. And being able to bounce everyday life off of people, that are about the same age or the same living circumstance.
I think a lot of it was you show a lot of growth in your faith. You go through your week and you see how it's progressed or how it's changed you, and then you can go back and share that with other, family, even friends for that matter. But just the connections has all come around.
You see these people at church, but on Sunday and Wednesday, you say hi, you say bye, you pass each other, and then you don't see each other for a week. So it is neat to be able to sit down and just converse with those people and get to know them. What was our biggest hesitation to joining a small group? For me, it was the time. We're a young married couple with a son and jobs, and life is busy, and it's hard to, I guess it's hard to commit your time, to other things when you don't always feel like you're maybe getting enough time at home sometimes. So
I would say my biggest hesitation would be, and a lot of people laugh when I say this, but I'm a pretty outgoing girl, but every once in a while I can be pretty shy too. So, first coming into a small group, you kind of know a few people, but you don't know them. How they act outside of church. You see them at church, attitudes and just the way they live could be completely different. So I think for me it was a little bit of just not knowing everyone so well that it was a little bit of a hesitation. But at the same time, like Zach said, it was so awe-inspiring to go into a small group because they're the same people that you see at church. They live the same way. They have the same principles that we should all live by. And so it just makes it that much more of a homey feel, so much more comfortable to be there and just be in the presence of everybody.
The time of fellowship with each other is awesome for your growth. You grow a lot when you read the Bible, when you go to church, you listen to the Word. But I really think there's something to be said for that communal conversation between like minds with people like that in a small group. Like, I think in our group, there was times where things came up about parenting, or with your husband and your wife. And you get perspective from husbands and wives all the way around the room. And they're all a little bit different, but coming from the same place of faith. And I just think that is an awesome opportunity for growth.
So I feel like just encouraging people all the time to get into it. Not only do you grow your faith, but you build these awesome friendships and relationships with other people, and it's not just a Sunday and Wednesday type of thing. It just makes life go so much more better. Just growing your faith, there's so much more peace that comes over you, and you really humble yourselves.
Those friendships become something that's not just a Wednesday, Sunday, and small group friendship. Those are friendships that you get that any time in a time of need, you gain these people that you can call. It brings the whole body of Christ together, it really does. One thing I've learned just in my short walk is we can't do it by ourselves. There's those relationships that we build in church and that kind of thing. those are what make our walk possible. Because walking alone, you can't do it. And it really has changed my life.